Today here to talk about hydrocarbons. I'll have a chemistry test tomorrow. Then I'm here to talk about chemistry to study for my test. The subject, the matter will be hydrocarbons. Then let's talk about it. Hydrocarbons is a carbon structure that only have carbons and the hydrogens is a structures that only have these two elements. Hydrocarbons is a product of oil, have relations with oil. The oil is a hydrocarbon, I think it, and have these structures, and you need to know the chains of the elements and the okay. Now I figured that talk about this matter in English is really difficult because it require a specific vocabulary that I don't have. Even in Portuguese is difficult to talk about it. English will be more difficult. Talk about specific about chains and specific chemistry. Then I will talk about oil, that is also a matter of my test. Hydrocarbons have relations with oil. Oil is a hydrocarbon. Then I will talk about the oil to study for my test and make a video. Yes, I will do it. Okay. The Now we are in a majoritary linear economy. The actual actual economy is linear. I made videos talking about it, about consumerism and the linear economy. That you have the product, you make the product, sell, and the product is wasted and stay on the planet. Don't is recycled. The circular economy is circular, and you have a product, you sell it, is recycled, is put to sell again, is used, recycled, is a linear economy. You don't waste material. You are always recycling materials. This is better than linear economy because don't create waste and don't contribute with the climate change and the destroy of the ozone layer. The oil is a product of a linear economy. Now, the majority of our economy is based on oil. Then we needed to change it to migrate to other kinds of foods, of other kinds of energy. We needed to change our energy matrix. In Brazil, we have a good energy matrix. The majority energy that is produced in Brazil is for 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 good sources like wind, water, isn't carbon, and these kinds of things that waste that make climate change. Have a word to renewable energies. The energy matrix Brazil is good, but in Brazil we have a problem that we use too much oil cars because in Brazil we don't have a structure to use electric vehicles. In Brazil we need to change it. I'm viewing and seeing electric vehicles in street. Years ago I didn't see anyone don't had electric vehicles in street, but now I seen electric vehicles on street is normal. I see one, two per day. I seen have a electric vehicles store on my city that opened the BOID, and this is very good because some years ago don't had it was don't exist electric vehicles on street, electric vehicles store, but now have is very expensive. Is very expensive, but have in the future will be more cheaper. The electric vehicles will be normal. I hope this happen. I want Tesla also come to Brazil, but it's difficult because Brazil is difficult. Brazil isn't to beginners, and but I hope it. I would like very much that I have my own Tesla car. Maybe the Cybertruck, might the Model S, I don't know, but I would like so much. And the vehicle that the machine learning I forget is the full self-driving. The I put the car where I want to go, and the car go to me. I don't need to direct the car. This is very good. This is very interesting to me to have this experience. And the oil, what make the oil good is the refine. The refine make the climate change, liberate CO2, and the refine is the problem. Here we have image of the refine. The low you have the heat. This make the natural gas, and when you grow the heat, you make gasoline, kerosene, and the combustive oil. The combustive oil is very, you need it very hot to make the combustive oil, and the recycles, the waste material of oil is made to do asphalt, to make the asphalt. And the oil is a scarce resource. You don't have free oil. You don't have any oil that you want. If you extract every oil that have on the planet, you won't have oil in the future. And the problem is not renewable. You need to always find the other source of oil. And The problem of oil and the climate change that is that individuals can't act very effectively on the climate change because we need the government, the high states to make laws, policies, and the strategies to improve it. But the industrialized countries wasn't was industrialized by the oil. They used oil to industrialize them, and now then can use other kinds of fuels to industrialize themselves. But the emergent countries, the subdevelopment countries, don't made it. Brazil isn't industrialized. Brazil don't have a industry, a large industry. Then also India. Then these countries is fighting to, and is fighting is having problems because these countries that isn't industrialized want to use oil to industrialize themselves, but the industrialized countries don't need oil and say to these countries that they must stop to use oil, but these countries is industrialized, they use a lot of oil to industrialize themselves, and they are talking to other countries that want to industrialize themselves to don't use oil. And this is a fight that is having because of the oil. The Brazil have one of the largest companies of oil in the entire world. I don't know if it is the largest, the bigger, but have the Petrobras that is very big. Is the biggest industry of oil in Brazil, and the oil is an entire economy. Entire economy is based on oil. If we stop to use oil today, we will starve. We will have famine. We will have economic crisis. Then we need to changing it bit by bit, but we can't change it bit by bit so slowly because we need to to change because the climate is changing, the ozone layer is being destroyed. Then we need to change, not too fast, not too slow. Like the myth of Icarus. I will make a specific video about the myth of Icarus. That the Icarus don't can the Icarus can't fly too high or too slow. The Icarus needs to fly in the middle because if he fly too high, he will the wings will be burned, and if he fly too low, he will be catched by the hell. I must sleep because I have a test. I must recover myself. Then I'll talk a more little bit about oil and the oil is a big oil also is a very big problem because have the entire countries that is based on oil like Saudi Arabia, Iran, the quite these countries is entire based on oil. If we stop to use oil, these countries will be fallen, will be whipped out. I don't whipped out, no, but they will have a very large economic crisis because the entire economic of these countries is based on oil. Brazil won't have an economic crisis if if Brazil stop to sell oil because Brazil sell more soybeans, meat, oranges, and this kind of coffee also. And but oil is necessary, isn't a luxury today. We need to drive, we need to have energy, we need to the ships, the the navies needed to cross the ocean by using oil, and we can't change to electricity now. We need to change it more slowly, bit by bit. Oil is bad for us because we have problems, but we need to change in the future. I The test won't be specific by oil, and it's only theoretical test. We will have specific exercises, but I needed to talk about oil, and this will help me. I talked everything that I remember that is important about oil. I hope you liked it. Thank you for your attention. Bye.